All right, so for those who don't know, there was a patch note that came out earlier today. Like a while ago. Essentially, there's a few good things. So, good thing coming out is the Anthony Davis is coming out. So, you have a huge chance to get Anthony Davis. That's actually really nice. Same thing as like the Harden. You also have a chance to get the Klay Thompson, right? The Klay Thompson you have a chance to get as well in addition. I'm curious about what's the other player added to the pool, because if you took a look at the Harden, there was other epics. There was like Trey, and there was like Kyrie. So it's curious to know if there's other epics. So maybe it's worth it to pull for it, because the banner system here is similar to like other gacha games. So for example, the best thing I can think about is Honkai. Honkai Star Rail has like those gachas where you have like one main character that you can get, and you have a 50-50 when you pull on the first time the legendary. And then there's other epics that are really strong. So this is really, really cool in that system. But I'm curious about that. And there's also an Anthony Davis pack, which basically means you pay for Anthony Davis with the IC. If I had to guess, $75 US is the price for one. Then this is one of the things that I'm kind of like questioning. The Giannis and the James Harden and the Cover Classic is going away. I actually don't have a problem with Cover Classic going away, because I feel like this is more like a limited time thing. You know, it's like a release thing. Cover Classic, Karl Anthony Towns releasing, no problem with that. My biggest issue is the fact that it doesn't seem like they want to bring out any new packs like that, which I think would be good, especially for free-to-play players. And there's a reason for that as well that affects the game. Kinda. We'll talk about it a little bit more. You can see here, there's also the fact that they took off the Harden already. The Harden's going to be there for less than a week. The Giannis felt like he's been there for like a month. I get it. Early on in the game, you didn't really bring other stuff there, but I wish they would have kept the Harden one out at the same time. But again, I feel like they don't want people to be competing, like whether they should go Harden or for Anthony Davis. I think they want people to really focus more on that one banner, which they actually talked about a little bit later, but we'll talk about that in a second. Store changes, okay? Now, I think a lot of people are, in quotation mark, overreacting to one of them. So the first thing is that the ticket section is removed, so it's gonna be moved to the feature section. I actually have that update so we can actually show it to you guys. The Giannis pack and the Cover Classic Karl Anthony Towns will be removed. Now, this is the one that people are really mostly annoyed about, is the fact that the Game Changer and the Star-Studded packs are moved, but that's not the important part. The important part is that the purchase limit went from 10 or 30 to 10. I might have been actually 40 for the Star-Studded. Don't quote me on this. So as I'm editing this video, I just got an announcement from the official NBA Infinite Discord, and it's incredible news. Essentially, they are not going to reduce it to 10 per week, and they're going to keep it at whatever the amount is. I think it's 30 right now. So that is insane. And that just proves that these developers, this team, cares about the feedback of everybody. So right now, this is huge props to them. I know that people might still be upset at the fact that there's none of the other tickets available. Granted, it's only 10% savings. 10% savings better than nothing. And the Game Changer, I'm sure they still want this to be there, but I think it was already announced it's going to be removed. So I'm happy about that. It's going to be very good for these free-to-play players. And it's good to give the option to the free-to-play players to potentially buy these on a weekly basis, even though I strongly believe that they're not going to get that many diamonds. But oh my god, huge props to NBA Infinite for listening to the community in about 24 hours, literally making everybody not want to play. Then going to, all right, we hear you guys, we're explaining why, giving us free stuff, and then we're like, okay, people still don't like this, we need to make a change, making a change all in 24 hours. Actually incredible, props to them. I think it's a big deal because there's nothing else for you to spend your diamond on. The Star Studies are cool and all as well. It's a good way to get cards you don't have access to. But like, I feel like it's too drastic. Going from 30 to 10, I think a good medium would have been 20. Even if you're free to pay, you're not really gonna get 6,000 diamonds in a week. But this really affects more like the Dolphins, right? The person that spent money on like the Battle Pass, the Legacy Pass, who they can get 6,000 diamonds in a week. You know, they can potentially get those 6,000 diamonds. They won't be able to spend it on anything, right? Yes, you can, you know, potentially spend it on, you know, Star-Studded packs, and also spend up to what, 4,000 a week. It's not enough, right? Now people are actually mad about the fact that they don't have the the Infinity packs, as well as the what's the name of the other pack, the Cover Classic pack. It makes sense for them to remove the Cover Classic packs just because of the fact that Cover Classics are going to be gone. There's no reason for you to buy those packs if there's no more Cover Classic. And you can still buy Team Infinity packs, right? It's not like you can't buy Team Infinity packs, right? And let's be real. Team Infinity packs in store compared to what you pay for, it's a 5 diamond difference. Because if you want to say, let's go to Hoop Draft right now, right? And let's say you want to buy a Team Infinity pack. I actually can't show it to you now because I have some, but it only costs you 50 diamonds compared to the 45. So the saving is literally like a 10% saving, which obviously stacks up, but it's not the end of the world because you still have access to these, right? You still have diamonds you can spend. Taking out this is tough because this is probably the best way for free-to-play players, money, because getting a colony town and stuff like that. So I hope they start bringing out more stuff like that. I don't think it's realistic. If you say getting 6,000 diamonds a week as a free-to-play player is realistic, I don't think so. It's maybe realistic early on because let's be honest, okay? And look, I'm not trying to shell. I'm not being like, oh my god, NBA Infinite, nothing. No. It's not a good change, but I think a lot of people are overreacting to the fact that, yes, you might think you're getting 6,000 diamonds, but look at this, okay? Look at all the diamonds you're getting right now from the achievements. You get so much in the achievements early on. You actually get so much from doing the battle pass, which, let's be real, you're gonna run out, right? Like, you're maxed out now. I'm maxed out on the battle pass. I'm maxed out on the reward missions, right? I'm maxed out on everything. The only way for me to get diamonds right now is from, even this, you're getting diamonds from this. You're getting diamonds from like the other thing. You're getting so much diamonds everywhere, right? And now you have to remember, as you're playing the game, it's like you're getting less diamonds. The good thing about this is that they are bringing events to give you free diamonds, right? Think about this. This is 1,000 free diamonds. So yes, it's a very bad change. Yes, it's very annoying because they're taking off the packs. I'm just hoping that they're gonna listen and start bringing other packs that will have like cover classic stuff, like, you know, Cat right now cover classic. So, you know, do a rotation, add packs where you can potentially get like Drew Holiday, you know, stuff like that, right? It's just something that I feel. Now let's just talk about the second part. They actually addressed it because they actually got a lot of backlash. I actually gave a comment. You know, I'm in the creator program for NBA Infinite, so I gave them my feedback. I was the first person to say, I said, listen, I'm not a huge fan of this. I'm also curious about what about the tickets that you're currently holding. Like, if I have they're not really transparent, right? You gotta be transparent. Like, what if someone's holding on to those cover classic tickets? Like, I was holding on to it, and let's say like they didn't log on, they had like 40. What happens to the cover classic tickets? Do they become limited tickets? Do they become something else? They don't explain what happens to your tickets, so you just have to assume that, okay, I'm just gonna sell them. You don't know. Now they did address this. They did mention, okay. Basically, I'm just gonna recap what they said. They're saying that basically they're trying to adjust it as dynamic based on people's pulls. So meaning that people are pulling way more, getting way luckier. That's why I feel like more Giannis's. There's not many Hardens, so that's why I'm a little bit confused. That's what they're saying. It's gonna adjust. So that's good news because they're not gonna keep it at 10. And then regarding the removal of event pools, the change was made to help players guide to new content. So this is what this recap essentially says. They basically are saying, we want players to start building towards legendary players. They don't want you to start building towards like epics. Although that's what it feels like they said, because they want the legend players to be the main focus, right? They want you to start saving up these tickets. So in my opinion, it's actually, you know, a good reason, because they want the game to be focused on legendaries. They want people to collect legendaries. However, they're not giving many free packs. I'm going to compare this to other games like Genshin Impact and Honkai, who has a similar system where you have those banners, and those banners has those legendary players and the epic players. However, they give you so many free of those gold, in quotation mark, tickets, right? You get those gold tickets and you get them a lot. You can save up for them easily, right? So that is very, very important, is allow access to those star-studded tickets or those game-changer tickets. Like right now, I think at most we get is like 8 free tickets, and that's from the, what's it called, Star Trials? Yeah, 7 tickets. 7 tickets not even enough to pull 10 pulls, and this is like a grind. This is a grind. There's so much you got to do, right? So I think as a community, they are at least listening to us. They're listening to the content creators that have talked about it. There's multiple people who made video about it. But it's definitely possible to get these players. Like, there's no way free-to-play can build legendary builder. It's actually possible because on my free-to-play account, I'm up to like, I want to say 16 mil. Free-to-play. Free-to-play. Granted, I did pull a Harden. I did pull 2 Kyries. And if I wanted to right now, I could build a legendary, let's say I can do an R5 Jason Tatum. Just to recap about the whole patch notes, I still think that it's not that huge of a deal. But again, I've already given my feedback. I've already told them that, you know, the community is not liking it. It's not really great. And what's going to happen to all the other tickets? Like, they just have to be a little more transparent and be like, oh, you know, guys, hey, just quick reminder that the Cover Classic is going away. So if you have any Cover Classic tickets, those are going to convert to Team Infinite packs. So make sure to spend them. And then people will be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then it makes sense that they're no longer available in the store. And, you know, they really didn't need to take out the Team Infinites out of the store, because you can see, look, I have my stores, like, there's nothing in the store right now. Like, I just have Cat, I have Giannis. I can't buy any of those packs.